Hey, 44 Mag guy. How's it going? See if I can see the chat like this. So, everybody has pretty much disappeared at this point. I'm lost and alone. I got a bag of Cheetos, so it'll be okay. Here we got 44 Mag guy. What's going on, buddy? But they've got like this hangout lounge thing set up for us. Say, Creek, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you. See if Philadelphia won't let me flip it that way. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. I just wanted to show you guys this because this little lounge, hey Jappy, how's it going? This lounge is pretty freaking awesome that they set up for us. So I wanted to share it. And I know there's been a lot of questions and you know, some people couldn't come. Sherry Kramer, KG Cichlids, hello, welcome, welcome, Natural Aquariums. There's nothing really fishy that's open right now, but I want to show you this little hangout room and then maybe take you back and show you some of the fish I picked up. So here is, let's flip this. Hey William. Chattanooga Ed.
Hey there. This is the VIP room where I am the VIP.
Yeah, there's nobody else in here. We got left like 40 minutes ago and told to just hang out here and wait for people.
So check out the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I'm about to show them that. We got snacks and beer and more beer, and in case you wanted some beer, we got
and chips.
More beer. KG Cichlids, did you hoard some fish and toilet paper? Yes. Hey Sandy, how are you?
I've already bought fish.
So this is the fish tuber quarantine tank. We all had to sit in here for 6 hours when we got in. You know, that way we could all be sanitary and good to go. But no, I want to show you all this. This is the bathroom in this little VIP section. Hey LRB, how's it going? Griffin Fish Room, glad to have you in here. So check this place out. Oh, more beer in the sink. And just Ed and myself. Everybody else has either gone to bed or been lost. Let me see if I can find the light. We're fancy. We've got a bidet up in here. So we don't even need the golden toilet paper right there. Yeah, Fishy Fun 57 says I bought fish already. Ed beat me to it. He bought some fish before me. Mike from the fish tank barn brought some stuff, so Ed got some fish, and then I bought out the rest of what Mike had. But I wish we had some people here. We got this awesome setup. Lots of beer. Lots of chips and snacks, and no people. So how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, well, that's the problem, Natural Aquariums. I'm not really a beer person. So I'm just like, okay, I tried a little bit, tried a couple different things. Hey, Tiffany White.
I'm not a beer guy either, but I've been up for 40 hours at work.
Right, absolutely. So, Oddball disappeared.
Yes, you guys are fucking troopers.
Hey, we got one guy came in.
Soldiers.
I'm actually live right now.
We're
So
live.
this is, let me flip the camera. Tony, you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey guys, I'm Tony. I live here. I joined CCA in 2009. I've been president a couple times. This is my triumphant comeback. I haven't been here in 3 years or so, and I'm excited to have these guys here.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Hey.
I feel great. I just unbagged. Oh, that's why I'm late. I just unbagged 2 boxes of fish.
Nice.
For our live auction. There's so many groups here. Unfortunately, I can't be here tomorrow night for the auction.
Oh no.
No, but I just unbagged these this group of 6 to rent these Mika nice ones.
Oh,
and
man.
Unbagged some nice shit.
Okay, now this is a cichlid club.
Yes, it is. Capital Cichlid Association.
Will the auction only be cichlids?
No, it won't. There's a ton of awesome catfish. There's a ton of oddball tetras as well. Some live bearers, but mostly that's our bread and butter right there. That's our meat.
You guys have vendors that sell live fish?
We do. We have a ton. We have how many tables would you say we have set up?
Oh my gosh, I would guess about 60.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I think we have.
Let's say 50.
Which,
I'm just gonna guess we have 30 plus vendors coming tomorrow.
yeah, which I did
That's awesome.
just post a quick video. There's the super chat. Zen Ginger with the $2 super sticker. Thank you, Zen, for the I am here super chat. I just posted like a 6-minute video of the kind of pre-game showing off everything, so you can go check that out and see all the tables and setup and kind of what it looks like and what goes
this
into
is when we have
to doing it.
coronavirus. When we
Yeah.
don't have coronavirus, shit is off the chain.
Right.
I swear. And we have more beer here to drink.
That's what I showed him. I was like,
we've got
we
next year.
yeah.
Please come back.
Look, I tried one of those 8.5ers.
Oh God, why did you do such a thing?
It's terrible, but I drank it.
Oh, why
And now I'm doing a stink dog.
Stink
Oh,
dog.
a snake dog.
So Thunder Peel IPA. Shout out to our friends at Flying Dog.
Nice. Hashtag
What-
not
What
sponsored.
proof is this?
Huh?
What proof is this?
Oh, this is proof that you can get drunk if you drink it.
7.1.
Nice.
But no, it's a great event every year. We've been doing this. The BFD, the Big Fish Deal.
Yeah.
I think it's our 7th year we've been doing it.
8?
8, yeah.
Eight.
BFD 8, yeah.
Okay, 8.
Sorry.
I've been out of the game. I wasn't here last year. I've been out
He
of the
had
game.
a little girl, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's a good time. And please come. We have speakers and workshops and awesome stuff going all the time.
Yeah, and it got a little crazy last minute, as some of you know. Some of the other YouTubers backed out, so we redid the schedule. We've got some really cool stuff going on that wasn't planned, and we've extended some of the shows. So if you were in the area or within a couple hours or can get here by tomorrow, come check it out because it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, Gaithersburg, Maryland. We're right off 270.
They were able to get an amazing fill-in for Rachel on the scape. And Sean Peck,
Yeah.
James and me.
Yep. We are filling in for Sean Peck and Rachel O'Leary. I'm going to let Ed fill in for Rachel, and I'll fill in for Sean.
And it'll be another competition. Who will raise more money? I feel so sorry.
I should have shown him the tanks down. I walked right through the lobby and I didn't show him the shrimp tanks.
Ah!
I was trying to be low key because it was like people.
What number are you?
Zen Ginger, thank you for the $2 super sticker with the behind the scenes. I appreciate you, Zen.
I actually put my number. I actually put the can. My tank was set up next to a 12-year-old kid, so I took his box off the middle and put it off the top of his tank and put it like in the middle between our 2 tanks. So if anyone like happens to vote early before I leave.
Nice.
Well, go. Oh, I haven't put it on Facebook. Now, the photos don't do mine justice. But I'm telling you, mine is stupid, retarded cool.
Well,
It's good.
we may take a road trip back down there before I end the live. We've got 34 people watching at 1 o'clock in the morning.
There's
so
34 people watching this?
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
So, Zen Ginger, hi Zen.
Yeah, we've got Chris from Multi Tank Addiction, Dragon
Chris.
Lair, Griffin Fish Room, Cody Sin, Dr. Black 66, Alex Breeding Fish, LRB Aquatics was in here a second ago. I'm sure he's still lurking. Aquaballs, Carry Nature, Fishy Fun 57, Moonstone, Natural Aquariums, Big J's Fish Keeping, GRB Aquatics, and I think that's as far up as it's going to let me go at the moment.
We've got some guys coming up in a minute. They can tell you more about what we have at the rare fish auction. But I know, I've seen we have a Ganathrochromis per maxirellus. Anyone know what that is on the channel? They're an extremely rare fish that doesn't like to breed. They're a Tanganyikan fish, sand sifter.
Chewy's in here. He may know it.
We've got some of those donated for the auction.
Awesome.
We've got just beautiful, we've got at least, I would say, 20 to 30 lots that will just set a big tank.
Nice.
If you got a 75 or 90, it's like, bang, instant tank right there. And we're talking like adult breeding size.
Oh, heck yeah.
Proper ratio, like either 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 or, groups of 6.
Well, that one vendor, I think he might be from your club. He was he was the one on the, the bichers are on the far side, in the eels. On the other side is just African cichlids that are pretty. Yeah. Is he a club member?
Yeah, they come down all the time.
Kim Moonstone, thank you for the $10 super
we've
chat.
got,
Says
but
fun
we've got-
times. I
we've got
appreciate
Jeff
that
Raps.
very much, Kim.
And Jeff Raps
Wish I could see more of y'all here.
So, I hope my wife doesn't see this, but I'm considering spending $250 on a group of 6 Tetris tomorrow.
Hey, Susie Q's in the chat.
I was talking.
Hey, Susie.
We're still lurking up in the VIP section. We're playing with the bidet. Come on back up here.
Yeah, come on up.
We're trying to rally some troops. Everybody else disappeared.
Well, I had to go downstairs to load more fish. We just got
Nice.
3 more boxes, so I had to empty those out.
And you know what? We're reaping the benefit of the people that were afraid to show up.
We are. We really are.
And next year,
I wish
we will be the veterans, and they will not be.
Please come again next year.
Oh, I will.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome. I'm
This-
not going to be at the auction next year, or tomorrow, next year. I'll be at the auction next year, hopefully. But this event always falls on my daughter's birthday, so.
Oh,
it's
bummer.
But you will be glad that I'm not here tomorrow, because I bid auctions up like a motherfucker. I crush it. And it's awesome until like I get the weirdo catfish for like $200. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god, this thing gets this big and eats everything in your tank. I just paid $200 for it.
Oh, very nice.
It's fun, but it blows up in your face sometimes. But as long as you got the liquid courage going on, and yeah.
So, do you keep Senadonis with your Africans?
Yes, absolutely.
You're a good man.
Do you want to breed them?
I know. Oh,
Do you want? So here's the deal. So here's it's
I
a
know
loaded,
how,
it's a
but
loaded
I need
question.
I know
It's a loaded question because I'll keep Senadonis in with my Africans if I'm stripping them. If it's a group of like if my tank, a 6-foot tank with 3 or 4 groups of like haplochromis or peacocks or something like that, then yes, I'll absolutely do it. If it's a tank that you're not stripping fish in and you're trying to breed, then you gotta do it. I mean,
I have, for all you guys, I've had a lot of small, medium-sized cichlids in my life, and I've never stripped. I've always just let them breed their own.
so
But I've never been like a professional, cool guy like this.
I'm not cool. Well, I'm just a dad.
All these guys are awesome here.
They are.
I have bred either, I can't remember, 53 or 55 species of Rift Lake cichlids.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So the vast majority of them are Malawi, and there's some of them that aren't actually species. There's like color morphs and stuff like that. But I still consider it to be that. But
I'm probably like at 5.
yeah. But if you're looking to do that, if you're looking to be the guy in like the breeder in your local club, if you're looking to like win the breeder awards, then don't put cynos in your tank. It's not gonna work out.
Oh, do they eat the babies or?
Oh yeah, my God, they'll crush them.
Oh, okay.
They'll crush them like
Well,
juvenile
that's
fish.
been, I've got them with threadfin Acara
Okay.
and with Geophagus
God bless you.
Wyaneri.
Okay.
So, real quick, I want to say
Sorry,
thanks
guys.
to
I
Chris
am
at
not
Multi
good with
Tank
my
Addiction.
lab, especially after a lot of beers.
Brother, I appreciate the fact. Man, I can't wait. That's going to be a blast. Scott from Alien World Aquatics, who will be here tomorrow at the Big Fish Deal, says can't wait to be there at Fish Room
They're
Fever.
Super efficient hunter.
Mickey M, hey, how are you? Appreciate you showing up.
Guppies in there that
GTA,
were, calls.
glad to
I
have
just
you
wanted
here.
To see how they would do, and they all disappeared. I think it was the Senadonis that got them when they went to sleep at night.
Okay, yeah. They're like Senadonis. Like if you watch, Ad Connings has amazing videos. Well, his books, his videos as well. And a couple of his DVDs. I don't know if he's put out any lately, but like he shows catfish hunting at night.
There we go. My notifications are off, then. Sorry about that.
Catfish are awesome hunters.
Catfish fuck up some baby fish. They're the Hoovers of the Rift Lakes.
Okay.
Or the West Africa, wherever they're coming from.
In high school, I was the guy who talked all my nerdy friends into getting fish.
Yeah.
And one of my friends bought a fish before he had a tank, and
Okay.
I let him put it into my tank.
All right. What was it?
It was an albino channel cat.
Oh,
And
no.
It literally ate everything in my tank. It went from this to 18 inches instantly.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah.
I haven't kept anything completely crazy.
Okay.
I've kept some.
Let's sit over here so you can face more of the thing.
I've kept some large predatory cats.
They're backing me further into the corner.
Oh, sorry.
Well, can you
You're
just
good.
zoom out one?
I'm out as far as out will go.
Oh, well. Damn it. Well, go back.
You're
there.
good.
I'll
You're
sit
good.
there.
You're fine. I was just giving you a hard time.
Do we have good enough lighting?
So we got 42 people watching, 29 likes. I appreciate that. And I
Alright.
appreciate the super chats. That's
I don't know
awesome.
when this one's gonna be-
Guys, I just,
No, please.
Here's what I do with
Like,
that.
like, do your thing about cichlids, because I've.
yeah. I wanted to come on here because, you know, with people not showing up, and I understand that, and there's no hard feelings, but I want everybody to know this thing's still rocking. We've still got a lot of great stuff going on. Going to be a lot of people here, but we'd love to get anybody out that's available and nearby. So if you were kind of on the edge, or maybe you thought you didn't want to show up because it wasn't really going to happen, it's happening and it's awesome. So come on out here.
Yep, it's a good time. I've had a great time.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Please, by all means, carry on.
Does anybody here have a cichlid question for Tony? Because I don't know what James is about.
Oh.
James is a monster fish guy.
Monster fish and
Okay.
plecos. Cichlids are my old lady's
He has
thing.
A lot of placos. His woman.
How's
is
Lee
a
doing?
placo. Or it's like cichlid.
How's Lee doing? Is Lee still in the monster fish?
Honestly, don't know. Like, I stay more in like the YouTube than like I haven't been on MFK in forever.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, he's.
that was like
If
back
you get
in-
word of this, Lee, I love you. I miss you.
there you go. You never know who's gonna find this stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I don't do so many monsters. I do.
Well,
the
we-
monsters are like more the people who are keeping the umbies and stuff like that. I do keep some of the larger genuses. Like I have some. I have Parachromis. But I have the small one, the yellowhead Lascivas, and they're the Central Americans. The Central Americans are great. I always like talk
You
smack
went like
about them.
this. That's probably 3 times bigger than any fish I've ever had.
Yeah,
Oh, well, other
I
than
mean-
the channel cat and a few like eels and things.
Well, I
but
mean-
for
I mean,
cichlids, that
You
is.
keep them alone in like a 4-foot tank.
Okay, so we've got a couple questions. First off, just real quick, we had I guess a couple people missed the intro on who you are. You are the current president again, or you previous or?
My name's Tony. I have 14 tanks, and most of them have fish in them.
There you go.
I'm making my triumphant comeback. But
There you
I've
go.
I've been with the Capital Cichlid Association since 2009. I've been president 3 times.
There you go.
I've bred 53 or 55 species of African cichlids. New World stuff, I've probably done about a dozen species.
Now, I've been in like a club that was a general club that gave you points for everything.
Yeah.
So like I got the week you 3 points or whatever.
Yeah.
But how? I mean, I know bred some cichlids, and they were they bred by themselves.
Mhm.
But I mean, I know there's a lot of others.
Breeding in the
But
back.
how does your points work for your did you get a master program or like with
Oh, God.
plants? You have to do so many plants in a year to
Plants?
become a master.
Propagations, yeah.
Plants, you like cut a damn limb
Yeah.
off and you
Well-
put it in the substrate.
But there's got to be.
I've never done that. I've only done the BAP.
Is there a master breeder point system?
I think there is. I don't know if I'm a master breeder. I did that.
Hey, we got one more person showing up.
Hey.
He's a
So-
master breeder.
Yeah.
Got a 6-year-old, right?
Yeah.
All right, so real quick,
So that's my friend Michael O'Shea.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Am I on YouTube right
you're
now?
live on
Yeah, there's
YouTube
like
right
50
now.
people
We
watching
got,
YouTube.
we got 44 people watching. I do have one question. Chewy LTD wanted to
Yeah,
know, what's
Michael.
your favorite river cichlid from Africa? His is the blind limprologus.
Oh.
So.
I will go with Bonita Chromis nigra dorsalis.
Stop. Stop.
Here,
That's not an
Steal your
answer.
thunder.
Michael, you
yeah.
can sit here or there.
Okay,
Don't worry,
alright.
you're too close to the screen.
So-
I'm snuggling with Tony.
So
right
I
here,
have,
so
I,
I'll
have,
start
I haven't
now.
kept a lot of West African cichlids, but yeah, Bonita Chromis nigra dorsalis is awesome.
I knew he was gonna say that's why I stole it.
Is it just the name?
No,
That was a crazy
what's,
name.
What's awesome
Yeah,
is
he likes to mispronounce it.
what's awesome is they're biparental mouth breeders.
Oh, I do.
So they start the game. The mama starts the game like just any other African cichlid or mouth breeding cichlid you'd see, and then they switch. They switch to the point that like when you drop in food sometimes, you'll see them switch so the other one can go in.
Oh, wow.
They're the
Super cool.
ultimate. They're the ultimate in parenting cichlids because they're not only just like guarding the nest or guarding the female. Because like most of the Malawi cichlids that we keep and most of the Tanganyikan cichlids is like, bam, all right, Dad, you're gone. You built like a sweet nest.
Okay, now that's like a super cool thing that they do, but are they good looking or are they just brown?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
They've
Okay.
got like a pink belly.
Oh, great.
And they've got great. I don't know. I mean, there's like really amazing looking, like goldfish. are way more awesome than any West African cichlid that you'll ever keep. In
now
terms
he's
of
just looking for
color,
drama.
in terms
Yeah.
of
He's waiting for something to get fired up.
in terms of color,
You do know that there's the goldfish
in terms of color, but
and
like,
koi convention is in Orlando
but-
right now.
but like,
You went the
chose
wrong
not to go to
direction.
that.
He couldn't get his
but,
flight.
in terms of color,
I'm the live bear guy, and I choose
but then,
cichlids
but then
over.
when you go past like commercially available crevensis, they're not all that exciting. But like you get to a point where
How many collection points do you have for the Pelvicochromis genus now? It's quite a bit.
yeah, but like somebody was saying earlier tonight, like okay, this stream that's 6 feet wide goes this way around a tree and this way, and they're 2 different collection points.
But
like
it's the
100
same thing in
feet
Central
down.
America too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're Rio, blah 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 X. The Rio, same thing Y and Z. What? This one's a little more blue. This one's a little more
They're
yellow.
different
This one's a
fish.
little more green.
They're a
That-
lot more different. Like
That reminds me of plecos and L numbers. That's, yeah.
Well, the
but I mean,
craziness is that you had to go L number, LDA number, you know,
Yeah.
undescribed, and then you've
But-
got like they're starting to run ancestors in there too, just to make it even more fun. And
But what's neat about that, and what's completely different about fish outside the Amazon basin, is that you don't have. So you talk about fish in the Amazon basin, epistogrammas and tetras and all the other shit that lives there.
Yeah, the piranha.
Yeah. So you have the Amazon basin, but then you have places like Uruguay in southern South America. You have West Africa where you don't have water level that changes by 30 feet all the time. So when you go and collect stuff in the Amazon, I was in Peru a while back, and we were there in the low season, and because that's when you gotta collect. But like everything gets mixed up. When the water level goes up 30 feet, like everything like swishes around. But then when you go to like where you're in places that are temperates, like Uruguay, it's a climate similar to like Georgia, where you don't have like crazy flooding, and you actually have like isolated pockets.
yeah, so
of
you
very
get
different
geographically
fish.
isolated stuff. That
Yeah, like
never sees
all
each
those
other.
gymnogeophagus are underappreciated, and there's some in the hobby, but they're I would like to see them come into the hobby. They're as colorful and as varied as like Malawi peacocks, but they're just kind of undiscovered. And the transshipping doesn't work from there the same as it does from like.
Well, that's what's
Amazon
crazy
basin.
is that what's out there is limited by who's willing to ship it and who can get it there. Because like for a while they started having to sneak stuff out of Brazil to ship it out of other places because you couldn't ship it out of Brazil. But Peru or whoever's right next to it, it's like, yeah, sure, bring them over, we'll take care of it for you. We're just gonna call them something else. And then when you get them in the States, then you just right on there what it actually is, and that's what's crazy. I mean, because it's like, and you have to do something illegal, but to help native fish. Because otherwise, if you don't, they're gonna die and then they're extinct. And it's like, and you gotta get them here and start a captive breeding program to start producing them so that they can still be available. I mean, otherwise, all of a sudden, I mean, look what happened with zebra plankton.
Yeah.
You're talking $10,000 a fish at one point. Now, and then it took a couple of years, but now you can get them for $250
Well,
a piece.
and then they were building dams for a while too.
And that's the whole like saving aspect of it.
But they built dams and everything survived.
Yeah, but there's still places you can't get to because
Yeah.
where there used to be a stream is now a lake or a huge thing.
The stream's 100 feet deep now.
Yeah, so you can't catch them like you used to be able to.
Yeah.
Before you just walk in with a dip net and see what you get. Now you gotta put on scuba gear to get down there, or you're not gonna get them.
I've got a question for you.
And then I've got some in the chat as well.
Oh yeah, we'll have them ask, but give me a chance.
Oh God.
When you guys breed your fish, your cichlids from the
Just
Amazon.
wait till YouTube. I've been drinking for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
This
I'm
is
watching that happen too.
Yeah.
I've been going 40 hours without sleep and now I'm drinking. So, but you have a rainy season and a dry season.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys change the food up to get them to breed, or do you change up the temperature, RO water?
That's a great question because I went to Uruguay 5 years ago and collected with Felipe, who's since deceased, and it's very sad because there's now nobody. He used to take multiple tours a year, two to three trips a year, and go through. It was a land-based trip through streams. It wasn't a boat-based trip, and he knew more. A lot of information passed with him. So,
Way to keep moving.
Write books,
I know.
people, with notes.
We got a lot of cheery stuff going on there.
anyway, like, Felipe, so these fish that are temperate fish in southern South America, if you don't give them seasonal change, if you don't turn your heaters off for 6 months during the year, they will burn out and they won't live that long.
A lot like North American fish.
Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely. But they're way cooler than North American fish. I go out in Maryland and try and collect fish, and they're just not anything near like Jim and Geophagus.
Well, my question always is like, how different are wild caught versus tank raised? Like, do the tank raised fish still expect what the wild caught fish experience?
No.
Because of course they were born in a tank, they don't know, but inherently do their genes, make them either want to or need that?
It's that whole Matrix thing. They're a battery.
They're in a
Until they get out,
simulation?
Yeah, they're a simulation.
It's kind of like a cowbird. How do they know to lay their egg in
Like,
another
dude,
bird's nest?
you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna either eat this new life
It's weird.
you're gonna either eat this new life spectrum or you're not. I know you're a rock scraper in nature, but eat the fucking new life. Sorry.
So,
there's a lot of African fish that have unique features. Help me out here. The Jack Dempsey cichlid with the bump on his nose.
What's Jack, the Ganathochromis per
No,
relaxus?
stop. I already talked about him. No, the Malawi
Oh,
guy.
the guy who used to have the egg robber. The
Jack Dempsey, the
No,
guy who bumps people in the
the
face.
egg robber. To not get the female to knock the eggs out.
Yeah, he
and
doesn't
eats
do,
them.
those guys are terrible to try and breed.
Yeah, I remember you having trouble with them. Like, oh, the eggs, and then
Fuck
he
they're
just
called?
ate them.
They're predatory.
Not Tyrannochromis.
No, they're dicks too. Don't keep anybody watching this. Don't keep Tyrannochromis.
What? Let's
So-
have a question from the crowd.
all right, Dragon Lair says, at Ed, ask him about the new yellow-headed baby blue Moomba. I want them so bad.
God bless you. I've been out of the game for like a few years, brother. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know about these stuff. I know about electric blue Jack Dempseys.
I know what those
They're
are.
super cool.
They
They
are
got them at Petco now.
So was it Nabuda he was asking about?
I'm guessing that's what it was supposed to be, and it auto-corrected.
Well, my problem is there's so much out there that's like a mainstay that I'm still trying to keep up with. It's hard to keep up with the new stuff. Because like I'm not the guy that can go and spend like $100 a fish because there's the new great awesome thing coming out, or the thing that someone line bred and created some new variant of, But and my thing is like there's times when I'm like, you know what, I just want some nice yellow labs. Like 'cause
Nice.
I had them for a while, then I didn't, then you start missing them.
Yeah.
And so there's times when like, and it happens in the club
Absolutely,
too.
dude.
A bunch of people get yellow labs and they breed them, they spawn like crazy, and they sell them, and then all of a sudden you can't get 50 cents a fish for them. So people stop breeding them. 6 months later, they're back up to $10, $12 a fish.
Yeah.
And it's just an ongoing cycle. But sometimes I'm just as happy with the old stuff I used to keep that's still around, or it's just harder to find.
Dude, you can have what's the old school blend, like yellow labs and what are those little mini Babuna, the blue stripe guys that are dicks.
Like the Labida-chromis, or
No,
not,
the,
I mean the
named after our friend.
Afrotypes.
Yeah, they're
Well, I just thought of something like so. Like I think about it like this. Like the people racing to do the coronavirus vaccine right now. Like if you're not the first guy, then like it's almost like pointless. Like unless you think you can like breed them, get them ready quick. If somebody's already doing it, you're too late. And so my thing is like unless I think that I'm gonna be the first guy, and I know I'm not because I just don't have the time and energy to dedicate to it. I'm like, hey, you know what? Like let me worry about these other peacocks that people are ignoring now. Because of the new crazy strain of something that people were doing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for a while, you couldn't get rid of ruby reds. You might as well feed them to somebody. Whereas all of a sudden, a year later, people were like, oh my God, ruby reds, I haven't seen those in forever. And it's
they're
just
an
like,
amazing fish.
Well, and
I
that-
saw them downstairs.
That happens a lot with angelfish, too.
Demasoni.
oh yeah, okay,
yeah.
right. Yeah.
After Leaf
Lake
Mason. Like, yeah, so like the easiest combo you'll ever have, which would be an amazing tank. You got a 6-foot tank, and you just fill it full of Demasoni, yellow labs, and like red zebras.
Red zebras, now
They're
that's really
they're
taking
the
it back.
cheapest fucking fish in the world. Your Demasoni might cost you a little bit, but like that's an amazing setup where you're going to have like generations and generations of fish. They're not going to predate.
My first Mbuna tank, before I got into the club and before I really knew much about Mbuna,
We got another beer.
I went to the store. I think it was like Rick's Fish and Pets in Frederick.
I like this dog stuff.
The flying dog. Yeah.
Snake dog.
Okay. Yeah,
I thank dog.
there's a.
Snake dog, you want snake dog?
Mm-hmm.
What's
So-
the what's the local breed? Flying
It's
dog
kind of
or?
a flying dog.
Okay.
I think
Anyways,
this will kind of play good into the next question, which is what African cichlid would you keep first? So I think
You
that
can-
kind of plays
Okay,
into
so
what y'all are
what
talking
size
on.
tank?
One.
Well, what size
Oh.
tank?
Oh,
So there's two
Yeah,
different.
this-
So I'll go on. Like I'll let him reply. But like, so African cichlids I wouldn't keep in. There's very few species I would keep in a tank that's less than 4 foot wide.
Well, and like for me, there's so
Malawi cichlids.
Okay.
You can do Tanganyikans in a smaller tank, but if you're gonna do most Malawi fish,
Well, so I like Protomelis. It's the sulfur head. But there's so many sulfur heads, but
tank, dude.
yeah, but I'm just saying like there's so many like now you got sulfur head peacocks, you got sulfur head blue alis, you got sulfur head this and that.
No,
like
but the
just
old
give me a
school
nice sulfur head Protomelis that because it's not a red empress, it's not a insignis, and it's
So-
one of those
so that's
ones
the
that's just
thing.
underappreciated.
There's two different ways to keep Malawi cichlids. You can either keep them as an all male tank where you just want like color, bang, or you can try and do and everybody went through that. Everybody has had a tank with like, I had 150 with 50 different like mostly male fish in there. And you don't have to worry about like, breeding or, aggression. The aggression is fairly well spread out because the Malawi cichlids are
So
fairly
do you have to?
aggressive.
Well,
But-
did you just buy males,
Usually
or do you have to
buy a
call
group-
the female?
Depends on how much you want to spend.
I got you.
Yeah.
And
But
because
it's
you can,
easy. It's easy to start out to just like buy male fish for like $15 a piece at fish club meetings. or
Now, do you
$10 a piece.
prefer to do? I mean, you have an amazing fish club here. Do you guys
Thanks.
prefer to just get your fish from other people in your club, or do
Absolutely.
you go with like any breeders out there?
Well,
like
no, I mean,
Crop
like,
Ed?
I really
I
like
spread it
Dave.
out.
I really like Dave's rare fish. Dave Schumacher out of
Okay.
Austin, Texas. He's my go-to vendor.
Yeah.
A good friend and also somebody who I always.
I like to spread it out though too, and support some breeders, but support the people keeping the hobby going too. Because if you stop supporting the vendors and then they stop selling as much fish, then it's harder for the breeders to keep their stuff going. Because if you don't support Dave's, he can't keep 150 different kinds of African cichlids in stock and keep them moving.
Yeah.
So if he's got to scale his operation back because you're only buying from club members, then the next time you need that new latest and greatest.
Now he makes his own food and sells it. Do you ever get that?
I haven't, but mostly
I never
because
bought Dave's fish.
there's so many different
Dave.
kinds of foods out there.
I'm a guy that believes in buying food from different people because that's a great way to help out.
Right.
Because food keeps going.
Yep.
Even at your local pet store,
Absolutely.
if you just buy some frozen food, it helps them a lot.
Yeah.
But
Well,
okay, sorry.
so-
That's my soapbox.
real quick, I want to.
So go ahead.
I wanted to just say real quick, thank you, Aquarium. It's maintained by Andy for the $2 super chat. It says, cheers, guys. And apparently I need to add a beer can like right here because they're loving the in-room perspective. They just are missing the edge of the beer can. So we'll get that in here for y'all.
There's multiple different ways you can keep Malawi cichlids. I'm gonna talk on Malawi because Tanganyikans are completely different, and it's a skill level to start out with African cichlids. It's a lot easier.
Almost everybody
entry.
starts Malawi.
Yeah. So Malawi, there's easy ways to do it. You can, if you're looking to do like an all male tank, then it's a great way to do like start at 55, get 8 or 10 like badass fish. They're super colorful. Your friends will like shit their pants when they come over. But then you kind of get into like, all right, I want to breed these fish. So you can go with like, if you get a 4 foot tank, like a 75 or a 90, you can easily put in 3 to 4 different groups of fish, but you need to make sure they're different genuses and different compatible, they're not going to interbreed, because then you get like muddy fish and you're not doing the.
Not the service of hobby.
Exactly.
I mean, hobby is service.
Now, okay, how about a lame guy or layman? I don't know.
Yeah.
I am lame too. How would you know what fish will make and mess it up your lines?
So, I mean, the genuses are pretty good. When you're talking about, Haplochromis and Mabuna. So you have open water, like streamlined fish, and then you have Mabuna, which are, like kind of flat-faced, rock-dwelling fish.
Well, it's also about
Like-
the breeding strategy. Like some of them like to breed in caves. Some of them like to breed, like
Yeah.
on top of a rock. Some of them might even breed more open water or like in a corner. So if one guy that likes to breed open water is not going to spawn the guy that likes to spawn in a cave. You know, and some of it you still have to watch. You got to be a little careful, but you know, I mean, in general, you know, if you purpose, you know, kind of build it, you know, you can usually be okay. But you still got to watch your fish.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
guys are awesome.
That's,
This is
Oh,
such
thank
a.
you.
I mean, I'm drinking beer, but these guys are giving us some great knowledge.
They are.
We've been keeping these fish for 15, 20
yeah,
years.
I mean,
Is your
I've
cat-
done this
yeah,
guy for like 12 years
Yeah.
now, and
I've bred north of 50 species of riffling cichlids.
yeah, this whole conversation started talking about you being a master breeder.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I don't
for a
even know.
while.
I don't even know what that means.
You were churning out stuff like left and right, you know, because we have.
and
our
nobody
breeder
was
walk
fucking
up
buying
there.
them. I would get these like crazy ass shit from like wild caught from some auction that I had never heard of in my life, and then I'd like bring out F1s.
Well,
I would take them in an auction, and it would be like six
My
fish
old-
with
like
like
to stick a
with
dollar
like-
on the bag.
yeah, dude, it would be like 3 months worth of growth. It'd be like, you know, some crazy fish, and then like you get like $10 for the bag.
Well, so one thing that we like to do every once in a while is we call it a box swap, where
Yes.
we'll find a club somewhere else in the country, and we send you a box of fish, you send us a box of fish.
Oh, wow,
And,
that's
and each
Yeah.
club pays for the shipping of each.
Nice.
Yeah.
So like you're not paying for the other person's fish, you just pay to ship them. They should be the same. You know, hopefully the value's the same.
Yeah.
But what everybody has in our club, nobody else in the club across the country
Yeah.
might have.
Now,
And
okay,
what's cool, and then we put them up for the auction at our meetings. Since we have an auction, we'll have like what, 75
To 100, yeah, I mean.
to 100 lots every meeting.
this is
Not the meetings always, but at least our
No,
auctions,
but I'd say
They have.
our meetings
They
have
can
like 50
Yeah, I'd say 50
lots, and you're buying like a bag of 6 fish this size, Malawi cichlids, for $15-$20, which is
But well, it was fun though,
embarrassingly
'cause,
cheap.
like for us,
Yeah.
like, and this is something not even Malawi or anything, but like rainbow cichlids. There was a point where like rainbow cichlids, you know, you couldn't get rid of them. Everybody had them that wanted them, and people that didn't want them. But you know, that we sent them to a club, and they were like, "Oh my God, we've been looking for rainbow cichlids forever." And we're like, "Oh, come on down to Maryland. You know, like you can have as many as you want. Bring your net." You know, and it's just fun because then, like, because what's common here is not common there, and vice versa.
And the same thing happened when I bred my Parachromis.
Mm.
I couldn't.
Well, they could have
I
10,000
couldn't get
babies at a time.
Yeah, but I couldn't. But I grew them out like so. Central American cichlids are not like African cichlids. Like in 3
It's not
months.
just a mouthful.
In 3 months, an African cichlid is like this size. In 3 months, a Central American cichlid is like this size. So you grow them out to like this big. You've been growing for like 6-8 months. You take them to an auction, and they're like, "No, I don't want that shit. They get like this big." Like, well, okay,
In 2
then I
years,
just
maybe.
won't breed them anymore.
maybe longer even.
Well, now how many times do you have people saying, "Hey, are you still breeding your
No.
yellowhead lascivas?"
No, nobody has yellowhead leucivus.
Yeah.
And I gave them away.
Let's ask the mob another. Is there any other questions?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got some questions. I finally caught up to the bottom. We got a bit behind when we got to the questions. A lot of people talking about how the names have changed a lot and how back in the day they were known differently and the scientific names have changed.
Man,
And
that's pretty deep, brother.
Well, and
Was that a Chewy question?
Yeah.
well, and we've got a lot of people that are requesting to drink the. So
They request
there we
all
go.
kinds of
There,
things.
yeah, there we
We
go.
gotta talk to Ed Cunnings about that.
Yeah.
If we're talking about like reclassification of pseudotrophus.
Yeah, that's kind of above my head.
They got different teeth.
And well, no, this
Tri-
one has
tricuspid
this one has
and
5 teeth
bicuspid.
on the upper and 6 teeth on the lower. This one has 5 teeth on the lower and 6 teeth on the upper. We got one's triangle, one's square, one's round.
I will encourage anybody to go to your local fish convention or your local fish club if
This
you know,
is
if
a
you
great one to go to.
This is.
And another one is September is the Keystone Clash. Really good one to go
absolutely.
to. You guys
Oh
ever
man,
been to
Yeah,
they're
this is a
amazing
super
people
crap
out
away.
there.
I think it's going to be September 11th this
Yeah.
year.
Sounds right.
Oh, it is September 11th because it's 911.
Yep.
And then we have your aquashellas, but these are where you really get some awesome fish. The clubs, and
Well, the cool
I
thing
don't know,
about
but-
guys get
but
the
the
I
thing
try
is-
to keep
the thing is
knowledge of everybody.
in the clubs. In the clubs, you get fish that you just don't buy in stores.
You can't buy them in stores.
No,
What-
we're not.
What's the the one in Ohio, the
OCA?
Yeah, the
Oh,
OCA is a great one
That's
too.
a big one.
OCA,
And
if
it's
you're
a cheap event too in terms of like the hotel.
if you're in California, you have the ACA coming up in Sacramento. Go to it. I've been to 5 ACA conventions around the country.
Nice.
I'm thinking
It's amazing.
the big Killy in St. Louis is awesome for killifish, but other. It's see, I'm sorry, I'm a little fish
You're
guy.
losing cichlid guys here.
Yeah, sorry.
You know
So-
what? You know what? I brought back killifish from South America. So
Awesome.
I'm
Well,
with
and
you.
then you got like the Tanganyikan killie. So like, I just don't do
What the
stuff
fuck
that
is
lives
a
in
Tanganyikan
puddles.
killie?
I don't know, but
I love little puddle fish.
Sounds like
You guys,
So-
if you love cichlids, so far today I have bought goodiots and endlers.
And I've bought.
well, and that's the cool thing
Dude.
though is you can come to a
Dude, they're
cichlid
badass
club and get
fish, man.
non-cichlids.
You know what? Like
How
like
many,
wild betas, like the big bad motherfuckers.
I'd like to get to
Yeah.
that someday.
But like,
They're
how many different
awesome.
kinds of catfish did you see downstairs earlier?
Oh God, at least 15 different types of catfish.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
And they have
Wait, are we
bichers
talking about
and
the
eels.
auction?
Well,
or
no,
are
I
we
mean,
talking
like,
about
I'm-
the room?
There's like
If you-
3 different types of bichir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zen, if you'll
Big
drop
eels.
that
Oh,
link
there's
again for the video I
albino
posted, that little
arowanas.
6-minute tour,
Yeah,
that's
like
just
a
some of the
red
fish down
tail.
there.
They're really amazing.
So I just
arowana.
want to encourage everybody to, if you're watching this feed,
We've got 43 watching, 43
okay, well, then
likes.
you
So
43 people. If anybody watching has not reached out to their local fish club, whether throwing a local convention, if you're still going to like your local fish store and that's all that you know. And I'm not saying please don't stop going to your local fish store.
Yeah, we need
But
that.
like,
Well, the only way
please
that,
reach out to your club.
Thank you,
You'll
Zen.
see shit that you've never seen before.
well,
It's
also
amazing.
the only way that clubs can have events like this is if people show up.
right.
You know, and so because we need people to show up to have a reason to have it.
Yeah.
Because if people don't show up, why would you have it?
And that's
And
exactly
so we're
it.
glad that, you know, even with all the craziness going on today, people are still willing to come. And, you know, but yeah, I mean, you know, you have to have a reason to put something on.
I mean,
So you gotta,
Yeah. So-
just the vendor. Well, we're start opening at 9,
mm,
going till 5 p.m. We have 30, 40 vendor tables.
24 plus there's 6 professional vendors, but they each have like 4 tables each.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So I mean,
about 40.
so we have that going on.
Well,
and
some
then,
booths
and then
have
we
like
have
12,
They
14
don't have
tents set up.
a show though. They aren't having competitions.
Well,
Which
so,
I'm surprised.
so
Yeah, but we've had in the past.
The reason for that though is I mean, some people like shows, but it's a lot of work because
Yeah.
you've got to set up a lot of racks, you got to set up a lot
Yeah,
of
man.
tanks.
Well, and that's-
When's the
You gotta
last
fill a
time you
lot
set
of
up
water.
200 fish tanks?
So,
Well-
Yeah,
It
I
sucks. It sucks.
I set up
dude.
3 last night and I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
You know,
Yeah.
me and him both. We hosted ACA in 2010, 2011,
yeah.
and then we've hosted multiple fish shows since then. We've helped out with Potomac Valley Aquarium Society, PBAS,
Well, that,
their catfish convention, and you're setting up 150 fish tanks along with associated racks,
Well-
and you're doing that on a Thursday,
Just
and
for
you're
people to
tearing it
look
down
at.
on Sunday night.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally just that show. And think about, okay, we're gonna have you build the equivalent of a facility, and then tear it all down 3 days later.
Well, and then you're also detracting from vendor space as well. So.
Well, and that's you gotta have the amount of space to support something
Yeah.
like that.
And they have
Oh.
some beautiful dadnoids.
yeah, they
I got
do.
excited when I saw
Oh,
the
yeah.
dadnoids.
That-
I love that.
Yeah, they're in the video
So you saw
also.
Jeff Rapps' shit?
This is
that the guy in the
A&B
far corner?
A&B Spartan.
Oh,
They
okay.
run,
Oh,
they
okay.
run.
Oh, Spartan?
Yeah.
Dragon Lair says to the Fisherman Fever, tell those guys I was breeding red top pseudotropheus zebras in 1972.
And that was
Yeah,
before my
man.
time.
Hey, thank you for watching. I was born in '78.
Nice.
Got another
Mickey
question
M.
for us?
Yeah, says, what pistos did Tony bring home from Peru?
Oh, I brought back Paybass Blues. I brought back Agazizis. I brought back.
These are nice.
Yeah, what else did I bring back?
Did you get bit by a lot of mosquitoes?
Oh fuck, dude.
Leeches?
No, so the worst thing was.
Sorry, guys, I had to
Hold on,
go
I
there.
can tell you a story in a second.
Only on his
But,
Oh, God.
Because
You remember that one
one
Amazing Race or something?
No, so,
I stopped watching.
no, the worst part is like the last day we were there, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry to the viewer that I don't remember the exact species. They've perished since or been passed along since. Because I went down there with Devin Graham And if you're ever looking for one of these trips, please reach out to Google Devin Graham's Amazonas or Amazona. What's his thing called? But it's a trip of a lifetime. You fly down to Peru.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, I mean you get to Iquitos, so you're basically on a boat for 7 days, taking a round trip down the Amazon River. But the worst thing that happened to me was the last day we were there. I was drinking with the crew and we're drinking beers, and you come across these sandbars where you have like this massive, like, you're like, wow, that's fucking a pile of driftwood like 10 feet high. All right, well, we're gonna burn this motherfucker. Because why not?
That sounds like what I would do
So,
right now after drinking all that.
Level appropriate here.
Dude, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's fine.
So, I'm
We're
sitting
we're
on the
letting
beach.
loose on this one. It's a little
I'm
different than
sitting on the
normal.
beach.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to have
I go
a-
out. This is like one day from us being back, and I tell Devin, I'm like, hey, all the beer you
Just
have
take a-
left, all the
just
beer you
eat
have
it
left in the
first.
cooler, I'm just gonna buy it all and give it to the crew, and we're just gonna like drink tonight. So I'm sitting there on the beach, and we're having a great night. And then about 2 days after I got back, my whole ass was like swollen with like mosquito bites. I'm like, what the shit happened? Like, I didn't get all crazy when I was down there in Iquitos or anything.
It's like a late night shit.
No, man. Apparently, like, I got just crushed by chiggers.
Oh
It's
man.
all
Bad.
like from here to here was just chigger bites.
Oh
yeah,
my
just try
goodness.
to learn not to sleep naked in the Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Manitoba once, northern pike fishing, and you had to put cream on your body because the mosquitoes were so bad. And I put it everywhere except for my shoes, and they bit through my shoes. My feet like doubled in size. It was
Well,
gross. I had to take the laces out of my shoes.
Not that it's the same equivalent, but if anybody knows Ocean City, Maryland, which is on the eastern shore of Maryland, the ongoing joke for Assateague, which is like one of the state parks there, is that the Assateague state bird is the mosquito, because they're just so big and just so crazy. So I mean, I'm sure the people in the Amazon would laugh at us, but for people that live in the states, it's just a whole nother level. It's the closest you'll get, anywhere up here. But yeah, no, it can ruin a trip if you're not careful.
Absolutely.
I remember being down in Belize, and they would tell us to wear long sleeves, long pants, while even though you're in a building that had netting all around you, and the little bits of your body that were not covered, you woke up and they were bit. They
man.
find their way in no matter what.
Crazy.
But it's kind of just a risk, you kind of know you're gonna take, just like you gotta take or you don't have to, you should take the malaria medication to make sure you don't kind of bring back anything crazy. But I was just disappointed I didn't get the crazy hallucinogenic dreams that they tell you might get.
Right.
Take the medications.
Maybe you should take a little mushrooms with that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's ways to make it happen,
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask, or is there any more questions?
There are a couple.
What's that?
Dr. Black 66 wants to know if anyone has ever fixed a dislocated gill plate on a large cichlid.
I can't say I've done a dislocated gill plate, but I've done the jaws where they get stuck out, protruded, and you kind of have to like just catch that little joint to get it to pop back in.
What?
There's someone asked about if you ever fixed a dislocated gill plate.
Oh, I thought you were talking about pop. What?
Wrong viewership.
Wrong viewers, yeah.
This is an odd yes.
So, Histogamma, Cockatoides, brought back, and then Pandora was the other one. I was just trying to.
Oh, how about, have you ever fixed a gill plate? I have never. That is the main reason why I don't do big fish.
Oh, man.
Because I get real sad when they get hurt.
Yeah.
Well,
I know I'm a wuss, but
it
that's
always
how
just
it
makes
is.
me think of like the woman who took like her goldfish to the vet to get like a tumor removed and stuff.
Oh, got the
It was, like,
flotation device on it?
I think that was one of the swim bladder
I
issue.
saw
But,
that they got.
some people are just as willing to take care of their fish as they are with their dog or a cat or anything else.
Yeah.
And you get to a point. I mean, not everybody, but some people do.
Then Chewy LTD says they would know Jim Carmark from the ACA too at Fish for Fever. So y'all know,
Jim?
yeah, Jim
Yes.
Carmark from the
I've been
ACA.
out of the game for a few years.
I get to a few ACAs, but I'm not as good at. Well, very likely I could have met him. I'm just bad with names. So plenty of people I'll meet. Like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be like, hey guy.
Yep.
Good to see you again.
Nice
That's
job,
why I like
Tony.
people wear the name tags.
And then Chewy's
Oh,
telling
well,
me to send
but
you a
this is
hello
Carl.
from. Yes.
You know what? I was terrible with names, and I'm still not good.
I'm bad with names.
But I dated this girl that knew everybody's
Did you
name.
forget her name?
No, it was Julie.
You're like Dolores.
But she could remember everybody's name. I said, how do you do it? And she said, when you meet somebody, remember Carl and relate him to Carl McMines, a guy I used to know years ago.
Okay.
And that's how I remember yours. And Tony, you're a little redheaded girl named Tony Chip.
How's your phone sticking out right now?
It's got a big ass case.
Oh, nice.
I gotta
That's
run
wild.
to the
Okay.
releases.
Well, then I'll just ask questions.
All right.
Central American fish.
Okay, so let me back up
Okay.
a little bit about epistogrammas. Like people were asking
Tony was really
about epistogrammas. Like I've collected stuff. I brought back epistogrammas. I brought back Discus from South America.
Now, is
Well,
Episcopalians the hard
Episcopalians-
ones to get the females
No.
here?
Here sometimes because I think it somewhat depends on the temperature of the water.
I just want to say I don't know that much about dwarf South American cichlids.
I've got a
Like
buddy
West
in
Africans,
Chattanooga
like,
that has 2 females, and they're like, the one female takes care of the other female's babies, and she's just like nonstop nursery.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and he's
awesome,
got
man.
so many.
I mean, but that's amazing behavior. Like I don't care if the fish is brown at that point. You're watching like badass shit
behavior.
going on in your tank.
And that is in there with a
Right?
knife
Yeah.
fish that's this big.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck that.
And
That's,
none of the babies are getting
that's a little stack, brother.
Well, so one of the
None of the
things
babies, she protects them from the babies.
I ran
But
into
he's
Nice
a super good at feeding, so.
So one of the things that I like because I don't always keep a lot of Central Americans. But one of the things that I thought was cool. So one of the ones that not super huge, but they can get big is Cyclosoma, or they might be reclassified, but it was pier side.
Yeah.
They can get to be
Nice
18
fish, man.
inches, but they're also some of the most
These
chill
are
fish.
paratheraps now.
They're not.
Aren't they?
Maybe I don't think so.
No?
Sure. Just a.
They're not like a-
No.
Do you find Central American too aggressive?
So no, well, but that's
Yeah.
the thing with the pier size that they're
So-
not, and they're vegetarians, and so
Wow.
it makes it
Cool.
sometimes harder to mix, but they're chill even though they can get huge, and you kind of have to be careful what you mix them with, but they're the exact opposite of what your typical Central American
Yeah,
is.
but like some of the other of what I think of the same genus, the paratheraps.
Well, they're
they're
not
like-
like paratheraps, so that's why you're.
All right, well, suck a dick.
Okay, now,
Are But they're
jaguars
not-
a wussy, or an easy fish?
What's
Okay,
one?
so jaguars.
He has
so,
some beautiful jaguars.
so jaguars.
Only if
so,
you have a
so,
tank big
so
enough
they're
for it.
parachromis.
He is big. He is good.
So parachromis, I have like the
And that's a
the
jaguar?
baby. No, well, so parachromis is.
They can.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Well-
parachromis, the one that I have is the smallest species. Is
Because Dovi, I think, are the.
yeah, Dovi is some monster.
do you have the Dovi or the?
I've got the
Jaguar.
Oh, man, yeah, okay, all right.
They're
Lo-
really neat.
Lodoglossus,
They're-
yeah, they're
yeah.
awesome.
He breeds a. Is it a?
They're fucking.
paint can?
They're straight up pet fish.
He has like a paint
Yeah, man.
can or something that's
Yeah.
there.
So I've
It's
got
really
I've
neat.
got the yellowhead lacebas, which are similar to
Oh,
a
nice.
damn, I would have pulled like the regular species.
Kind of like red tiger motogwens,
Yeah.
but they're different. But
Yeah,
no, I
they're
thought they were cool.
I'm gonna jump through right here real quick.
Okay, do you guys do any other, well, we talked about, Synodontis earlier. I love Synodontis because it's like great cichlid buddy. And, I think they're
So-
beautiful. I love how they breed. I love the full moon thing. I love how you can catch your eggs. And
There's only certain Zodonus that will breed readily. There's a lot that won't, and they're only generally bred through like hormone induction kind of stuff. Which you also get a lot of hybrids.
Like a
for-
Draconis has kind of been bred.
Right, and like Eucterus and
Yeah.
okay, now help me out with what's that look like?
So like the sorry, what was the one you said?
Decorus is-
Decorus. They
Decorus
get like
is the one
12
with
to
the long
14 inch
trailer.
long. You got they're silver with the black spots, but they're large black
Yes.
spots.
Yeah, and they got the long trailer going on.
But that's the full moon one.
But you've also got the
Yeah.
Angelicus. That they're black with the yellow spots. Another one, but it's just not it's
Mhm.
not homebred. It's generally commercially bred. But and so the ones you find are generally wild caught. 60, 70, $80 a piece. Then you got some of like the Nigrita golds and But the ones you see that are spawned are the cuckoos, like the multipunctatus or the lucipennis or the
So
petricola.
the multipunctatus are awesome.
Yeah, no,
So
I
those
always
are the
thought
most
that
fun
breeding
ones.
behavior was neat. the
So expand upon like how the breeding behavior works
So-
for
so
the
they'll-
people who are watching.
They'll find a pair of haps or something large that's breeding, and as they're laying eggs,
Mouth brooding ones.
so
These
they,
are cool. I
so
like
they
those.
sneak in and they eat the eggs of the fish that they're laying, and they lay their own. And then males are in there, of course, releasing their spawn or their sperm so that it gets fertilized.
Milt.
Then right, yeah, sure. Right, there you go.
Good job.
Then the females would pick up the catfish eggs, and it's just an ongoing thing. So the catfish also, one, they get a meal from eating the eggs, but then also lay their own eggs and don't have to care for them. The second half that's crazy part of it is that the catfish eggs hatch much quicker than the cichlid eggs. So like the catfish hatch in the cichlid's mouth and then eat the still unhatched cichlid eggs before they hatch.
So cool. I love these guys.
And then
I love all
No,
of
and
these
that's why they call them
catfish.
cuckoo
Yeah.
catfish.
Well, and
because
yeah.
cuckoos.
And then
Cuckoo bird does the same
because the
thing.
cichlids will still care for the catfish fry as if they were their own.
Yep.
So just like the
so
birds,
cool.
but you would think for them they're different enough where they know, but they either just don't know or they don't care and they still go for it. It's like, all right, well, my kid didn't come out Caucasian, but I'll still take care of it. Maybe I shouldn't go down that route.
Like, it's down.
Yeah, never mind. Strike that last one. I've been in court all week, so I've heard some
You
crazy
just
stuff.
didn't look, no, like you
So-
didn't look like me.
Yeah.
That's all you need
I'll
to
go with
say.
that.
Natural Aquarium says, I kind of want some wild discus, not interested in the man-made ones. I actually saw some downstairs, even though not everything was set up at the time.
discus.
Yep, there was, in one of the tanks was wild discus in there.
Yeah.
I've had
Um,
them.
So
And then-
I'll take this one. So I went down to the Amazon. I found a great deal at Pandora. So like there's the Pistogramma Pandora that you've heard of. So Pandora is a family, a large transshipper, and I brought back. It was like the jackpot. It was at the end of that trip. That was like. Yeah.
7 inches
God.
big.
So I brought
Bigger
back.
than a discus.
So,
Yeah, like dinner
so
plate,
what
literally.
I paid Pandora between this size of like Heckai discus to this size, I think it averaged out to be like $15 for the small ones, $25 for the big ones.
Which is
Oh,
absurd.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones downstairs
I brought
I think
them
were
back.
$50 a piece. Said.
Yeah, because they had them like 3 for 125. Yeah.
So I brought them back. I have a 55-gallon RO canister, so I was able to treat their dedicated 125. I got their pH down to 5 consistently, and I brought back I think 15 fish in the 125, and they were all dead within 6 months.
Oh, no.
I couldn't get them
So-
to eat. I think it was like a deworming issue.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at discus.
Can I mention another great club? The Chicago Cichlid Club.
Yeah.
I bought some amazing discus from them like 25 years ago. And
How old are you, dude?
I was like, you still have them, right?
I am 46.
All right.
You got into it
Yeah.
young.
They were my
So-
first discus.
Okay.
And I was going for angels. And they
That's
didn't
a
have
big
angels because there was
difference.
like a hurricane. And so the only guy that showed up was Discus Hans.
Yeah,
Hey man, Hans is a bad
lives like an hour
motherfucker.
from here.
Props to Discus
Beautiful
Hans,
fish.
dude. Go buy his fish. They're bulletproof.
And they were like this big.
Yep.
They were $25 for whatever I wanted. And I got snakeskin blue, snakeskin red.
Oh,
They're
Dude.
crazy beautiful. And they
Dude,
got
Discus
big.
Hans, a bad man.
Well, and the thing is he raises, or at least he'll put them in Baltimore City.
These are all, they're Stanker. They're
And-
Stanker.
Stanker.
Stanker discus.
Yeah.
It's all the lines. So they're like all the like primo German line that he has gotten used to Baltimore tap water. Like you don't
you
need
gotta
to,
love that.
like these Heckai that I brought back, and I need to like bring the pH down to 5, and
Right.
they wouldn't eat anything like.
I didn't realize he was from Baltimore.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Yeah.
from Germany.
No, I mean,
Well,
he,
he is from
he's
Germany.
actually originally
Yeah.
from Holland,
I was
but
like,
he lives
Moomba.
outside of Baltimore.
Yeah.
We can talk.
The
But like if you ever are looking for like bulletproof, you're gonna pay premium. But if you want bulletproof cichlid or
They're
discus,
beautiful. And I
go
still
to
have
Discus
like
Hans.
he gave me like a a thing of all his fish, or like a flyer like this big. I need
Yeah.
to find it.
Nice.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, well, and he also, like, you can get them, this size for 20, $25, or we'll have ones that are starting to spawn that are bigger, and it's like, well, do you want an unproven pair or proven pair? As soon as they're proven, price goes up, but you're good. Or you can get ones that are just getting going, and they're probably going to get there. You just got to take a little bit of time with them. So you can get, anything, in that full range. But
Super nice guy. He like told me so much stuff to help me. I was not planning on Discus.
And he
Literally,
also- yeah.
St.
he
Louis
makes his own food,
like
and he'll
a-
give you the recipe.
Well, you know what he did? I
Yeah,
did.
it's good people.
I did
There's
beef
like-
heart, tilapia, and shrimp,
Yeah.
and I ground it up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was awesome.
He's one of those people who's not like, yes, of course he wants to make a living. But he's not one of those people who's like,
But he's the best.
yeah,
He's not going to lock down his recipe.
exactly. Like he's going to tell you how to be successful.
Yeah.
Well, and it's one of those things where if someone sells you a bunch of fish and they all die, that doesn't encourage you to keep keeping fish.
Right.
It's like you got to be able to keep your fish
But that's-
alive and healthy to
but
want to keep.
That's why this guy's been in business for 25 years because he's like he sells an amazing product.
Well, you see, I was so stupid. I'm in Gary Lane's club, and I didn't even do any rainbows ever because I just.
Well, you
Rainbows,
take it-
like,
you take
there's
for
just a
granted-
guy there.
you take for
It
granted what's
seemed
really
like
there.
Yeah.
Like I could go to Discus Hans's place in less than half an hour, but it's easy to say, oh, well, I can go there anytime, and 3 years later I'm still saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes what's right there is the last thing you think about.
But I'm heartbreak over rainbows, man. I've tried rainbows a couple of times. I get that like rainbow tuberculosis.
I had one
Where
time
they
of
get, like,
rainbow.
the
My
crazy-
dad ate them all because they jumped all out of the tank. I didn't know why she was always sitting there and she was eating them as they
All right,
jumped.
well,
Oh.
that's extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
So I got a phone
rainbows-
call one time
rainbows
because
do
my
have-
dog was walking around with a dried up trophius in her mouth, and after that I was not allowed to keep the basement door open for her to go down because now she goes down regularly to go around search around see if she can find any dried fish in the floor.
I'm scared to like start up rainbows again. Like rainbows are great when they're this size. They have like the whole crazy thing
Head
going
blaze,
on.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
well, the head blaze, but their beak seems the same size, and they have like the huge hump.
like the
Yeah.
Yosemite types and the
Yeah, I mean,
turquoise
but-
and the.
yeah, I mean they look like something out of dark
Well,
crystal.
Yeah.
Well, but at the end of the day, if you get they get some sort of like tuberculosis or something where they have like you'll see like a red spot, like a red line coming down from their gills. It's basically like death for a little tank. I've had it happen to me twice on rainbow tanks, like dedicated rainbow tanks. Because like to get a rainbow fish looking like that, it's like a 5-year-old fish, and there's no cheating on it. Like when you go to buy at Petco, a basmati this big, and it's like $12. All right, well you're in for 5 years before it looks like a badass fish. But like by then you
all
can
I
add
wanted
into
was
it. And you
angels.
have
I was so
Yeah.
stupid in my 20s. All I wanted was angels, and I settled for
Yeah.
Discus, and they were like,
you settled for it.
"Yeah, well,
Yeah, it sounds
I
weird.
did." But they ended up being like the best. I've never had saltwater fish, but
Well,
they were the
sometimes-
closest thing to.
Sometimes the best things
Beautiful.
happen by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's why you just kind of gotta like throw a dart and see what happens and go with it. Because I've had some people be like, oh, well, I got this and I didn't want it, so I just gave it away, or oh, I just whatever. And it's like, give it a try. You never know. Like a couple years ago, there's certain fish that I'm like, I'd never keep those. Where
So-
now I'm like, I have them, I love them.
Yeah.
And so you never
Well,
know.
Well, trophies are like the thing. So like, let's talk about trophies for a minute.
I got a 120 filled with mollies. I never thought I'd do that. But
That's
I
awesome.
If you don't care, I want to grab a
Like,
couple
never-
things real
never say
quick.
never.
So like when you get to like the pinnacle of, I don't want to say pinnacle, but like the more advanced level of like keeping rift lake cichlids, you get into the Tanganyikas, you get into Tropheus, you get into like the
Frontosa.
Cyprochromis, you get
Yeah,
into
the feather
Frontosa.
fins.
Frontosa suck. Sorry. They do. They're
Hey,
terrible.
it just
They're not meant to be kept.
well,
So
they come
Frontosa
from
are
like
fish-
200-foot deep water,
right,
where-
right. So let's keep them in a 6-foot tank.
You
And
know,
then they have
and put
huge
bright
eyes.
lights over their
Yeah.
tank.
They
And,
have huge eyes, and they love to like run into rocks and like wreck their eyes. But anyway, like Frontosis aside, but like the
Tropheus.
what I can see keeping Genner are honestly Tropheus and
Well-
what are the big ones?
big trophy. Oh, the Petrochromis.
Yeah, Petrochromis. Like
Well,
that's
so and
that's
talk
what a
about
lot
two
of
polar
people's-
opposite fish. Tropheus live like within the first like 5 to 10 feet of the water level, like on the rocks in like the crash zone, you know, where they're getting tons of wave action and stuff like that. Versus the Frontosa that can be like 200 feet deep with like no water movement. And
But the
Do you
picture,
guys
picture
worry
comes
about
from that far.
temperatures? Like, do you have to have cold water for some fish? For some cichlids?
I mean, especially for
Well, I mean,
Africans, generally no.
For the
because it's a lake, so it's much more stable.
yeah.
I was just thinking it's so.
Yeah, but I mean, for the fish I was talking about earlier, with the southern South American fish, we're talking about the Gymna geophagus and stuff.
Mhm.
If you do not give them the cool period, then they're not going to do well. They're not going to breed for
But
you.
there's also like Discus, where if it's below 80 degrees, they're shivering. You know,
Yeah.
equivalent. You know, so and they have to be kept hot. Like
So you
I've
need
had
to, like-
I've had Discus tanks where I'm like heater gets stuck on, and I find out my tank's 92, and Discus are like, oh, I'm fine, this is cool. You know, other fish, it's like it gets about 80 and they're dead.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you gotta kind of be careful.
Or like you have an African tank where, like a Malawi tank, that your power goes out and it drops below 75, it drops below 70, and all of a sudden all your Cynodontis are dead.
Well, yeah, well,
And
and,
you're like,
and
well, shit, man. Like all my Babuna are fine, but like my Cynos, yeah.
well, it's just like, dude, like, you
Should we
know,
ask another question?
Oh, yeah, I'm about 16 minutes behind on the chat.
Oh, let's ask. Well, let's just ask a couple of
So
questions.
kind of club related, says to ask Tony and Michael if anyone ever had a lecture or interview with the pisto specialist Mike Wise.
We have seen Mike Wise before.
I've seen them,
Yeah.
but I didn't do a specific interview with them.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I mean-
a smart choice.
I'm just not a pisto guy, man. Like they're awesome, but
Yeah, I think they're cool to look at, but never had great, like,
I
the
don't
stuff,
do
well,
anything big. I just keep bigger fish than that.
certain things I'm like, I'll just go with like the tried and true, like the triple red cockatoides or the orange flash, you know, because as soon as I start going to something crazy like the Quackle puensis, you know, blah, 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 and they either just don't breed or they're like, oh, well, that's because you gotta keep them in 4.2 pH water, and I'm like, I can't do that.
You see, and that's what I thought was going to happen for sure. with the
So when I was
Discus, but got
collecting,
lucky.
so I will say this about a pistogram is when I was in South America collecting fish, we weren't. So we took this boat we were there for 7-8 days, going down the river, and we would stop 3 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day, and collecting like completely different habitats. And some places would be like open water where we would like run like, you know, huge nets, stain net or whatever the
Cast.
big fucking like.
I'm just
20
going to
foot
agree with
line.
you because I have no clue.
And like bring them into shore. But then
Oh,
there's
where
certain-
everybody
there's
walks
certain
in
places, but there's certain places where we like collected where it was like stinky fucking mud. And you're like, wow, this water has a sheen on top of it. And we're pulling the pistos out of it. And I was going through and testing, and I'm like, wow, this pH is 3.7.
Well, and that's like one of
And I'm
my
like-
beefs with the pistos
Yeah.
is that you say a pisto and I'm like, okay, talk about a genus, everything should be across the board. But no, you've got some that are in 3 and some that are in 7, some that like 86 and some that like 72, some that, you know, eat, you know, only bloodworms and some
Yeah.
that eat fruit and nuts. I mean, that's
And that
you
was
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of
Like, so
problems
much
where
variety.
you need. So I
Okay.
was even before I had my girl and
He's
we
probably
all
got like
busy with life.
18,000 more questions.
Yeah, let's
so.
go to the next one.
Well,
We did a pisto.
not a whole lot of questions. There's a lot of chat, but one
A
thing.
bunch of people talking shit. Fuck
Do-
you too.
These guys
Do
are
either of you all have YouTube channels or any type of? I didn't think so, but a lot of people were asking that way. If you did, they could head over there.
So
So
I have a favorite YouTuber.
So I'm, well,
Yeah,
so
I
I'll tell you this. I don't even do social media.
Mhm.
I don't do
Yeah.
Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I don't do any of that. And so I every now and then I'll get on YouTube, but I understand but my problem is that I would spend all my free time there,
right,
and I don't have much free time.
Yeah.
right.
And so like if I become a YouTuber or even just get on like, and it's always you fall into the rabbit hole. A couple of times I start on YouTube, 3 hours later I'm like, I just got on here to find out how to cook my chicken. Now I'm looking at like, you know,
Now
how to
you're
make
wondering.
gourmet.
Yeah.
You know, like, but you know,
Like-
you just spend. I can't do just 1 or 2 or 3 videos.
No, Joey did a video in my fish room like
DIY Joey. Or
Yeah,
Joey.
wow, that's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, he did it. Or it's like I think if you want to look for it, it's like Frankenstein fish room because that's what I was calling it.
I'm sure one of
I
the
think
mods
that's-
will
well,
find
so
that.
just
Yeah,
for-
because
yeah,
it's-
that's my fish room.
That's
like,
awesome.
That's like my 5 years ago. And like, I want to say this: when I wasn't expecting Joey to do like a a tour of my room, so I was pretty drunk at the time. But like he saw like he called I called it Frankenstein fish room because I really just like did like
Put it together.
DIY, you know, drip water replacement, and, like.
Which is
like,
a cool
awesome.
fish room, though. I mean,
Well,
like
thanks.
it was neat. But so now
Yeah.
after I said that, I'm gonna say why I lied. My favorite YouTuber would be Rachel O'Leary,
Yeah.
Mrs. Jinx. So you know, and that's just because I know her
Absolutely,
personally.
and double. I watch her
Super
videos
cool.
like all
Yeah.
the time. Like,
So
I love her.
I'm lucky enough to where I live an hour from her. You know, but it's so you know, but she's just a good person.
Well, if you'd like to watch an interview with her, I was on Multi-Take Addiction 2 weeks ago. Sorry, shameless plug.
Send me the link. Send me the link
I like
and maybe.
that. My other one is I love
I
I love Serpa video or Serpa Serpa Squad. Who's her buddy?
Your YouTube stuff's not safe for work, you know, so you're a little bit
Oh
for
God.
Not Rachel.
No, it's not Rachel.
God. No, I mean, but like, I think that the problem is there's too much cool stuff on YouTube.
There is.
And I was talking to someone earlier about, you know, because I was talking to these kids one time, and they're saying, oh, why didn't you just do it on
Tanner
YouTube? Why
Faust.
didn't you just do it on YouTube?
Or
Well,
not Tanner Faust. He's on.
And I know you guys are either same range or a little
It's
older,
1:35 in the AM.
but with
so.
it, is it already? Damn.
Yeah,
but,
it is.
you know, YouTube.
Yeah, we've still got
2004,
44 people watching.
I was, yeah, we're getting more people as we get later. But like
Well, we have Australians. So
oh yeah, I guess the time whole thing, and that's the thing that throws me off is that it's not just local people. Someone will be like, "I'm watching from Germany." You know,
So,
like,
yeah, we're gonna start getting some English people.
Please look at
start to wake up.
and honestly, Serpa Design
Yes.
on YouTube.
but
Like he's one of my favorites. Tanner. I've hung out with him a few times. It's more of like terrarium stuff. It's less aquarium,
Mm-hmm.
but like it will fucking inspire you.
There we go.
and,
Do
And-
amazing things.
here's my thing, and you know this, but like, I grew up without YouTube. You know, like I graduated college before YouTube existed, so I know a world without YouTube. And so for probably a lot of people watching, YouTube was always there. That's just something you did, and something you did with friends, or something you always. But like, I live without YouTube, and so like it was almost like by the time it was there, I'm like, I got a job, I got like work, and I'm not saying that other people don't, but
Yeah.
it's like
Well-
I spent so many years without it that all of a sudden I'm like, I already got too much to do. But if you
Well-
grow up with it, it's a little different.
And a lot of
anything about YouTube either until I hurt my spine 4 years ago, and I had
Uh,
nothing to do but lay in bed.
a lot of what we
And
get
after a
is
while-
kind of our age group, but it's a lot of people that don't have club access. So they're looking for
Yeah.
information. They
Yeah,
don't have
I
people
guess
to
that's
talk
I'm
to.
42.
Yeah.
I'm 42 years old.
They're big cities.
I was born in
Yeah.
78.
73.
I mean, we got one guy in here that got his master breeders back in '72. So we've got the
That's
age
awesome.
range going. So,
That's awesome.
but yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's I
I'm
love
like,
that it's there. I just like I said, I grew up without it, and so it's almost like you have to learn how to
It's amazing.
ingratiate
man, like-
yourself to it. But
No, but if you think about it, when we were growing up, when we were in like elementary school or middle school, like I want to learn about keeping these fish. You either like you go to your public library.
Or your
Yeah.
local pet store.
Well,
And you hope he's not ripping you off.
well, and back then, yeah, like you had to have a book
what
or
was it,
something.
neon rainbow fish.
Mm-hmm.
So neon rainbow fish came out, and they were like the hot shit,
Mm.
and they were sold for years, and they were only males.
Yeah, because if they start putting females out
They
there,
were
then people
going.
are
They
gonna
were
spawn
going
their
through,
own.
and they were like only like selling
Fucking out,
neon
yeah.
rainbow fish.
That's the same way with a lot of your fancy guppies. You get some beautiful males, but they won't release
Yep.
the females.
The only way that they got, I'm not gonna mention any names, because I don't like this guy, but the only way that like the neon rainbow fish got out were for
Sending out eggs.
eggs that like
Or
were
mops.
trapped on mops.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And people were able to send them out like so much easier too, because all you had to basically do was like put it in like a moist, something like it wasn't like you had to send bags of fish and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was almost by accident that it happened.
Yeah,
or
it
people
was.
that were like trying to
But
circumvent.
the guy spent a lot of money going to
Well,
like,
yeah, well,
deepest, darkest
Protecting your
Papua New
investment.
Guinea.
Yeah, you're not willing
Like,
to trek through the
yeah,
jungle
you
and
mentioned-
avoid
Dude, I
snakes
want to get
and
my
stuff.
fucking head cut
Did
off.
I mention
Like,
his name earlier?
huh?
Did I mention his
Maybe.
name earlier?
Maybe.
Because he's from my club.
That's from your club?
Well, I
St.
mean,
Louis?
and it's, I mean, but think about it, like,
My own
on the technology side,
I'm talking about St.
you know, you can apply for patents.
He thinks a lot of himself.
You can apply for patents to protect your technology, but you can't do that for fish because it's a wild, it's a wild
Right.
thing.
Especially while we're
And
out.
so
It's
that's
beer,
like
too
their
much
way
beer.
of like having like a patent. On
Yeah,
it,
and
you
that's
know?
exactly it. Patents are designed for you to recoup all the money that you
Right,
spent
and
developing.
Then they
Yeah.
expire after a certain amount of time, and then
Yep.
people can do whatever they want. You know, if you don't renew it. But yeah, I mean, otherwise you do all the work, and then people just ride your coattails and you know collect all the value from it.
Yeah, man. All my coattails.
That's not cleaned up after your.
No.
Nathan, Sand Creek Aquatics, thank you for the $2 super sticker with the big red thumbs up. I appreciate you, brother. Good to see you,
Hey,
Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
You-
You just donated $2.
Your
Oh, word.
That was
your
nice.
30-second dump didn't do too much hurting for me. So.
Cichlid23 says, did Tony get those wild caught discus from Peru in his video with Joey to breed? So they did find the
No,
link.
I
They
did
posted
not.
the link.
I did
That's-
not.
Find in your video.
I did not, but I was feeding them, what's that, like, shitty bag of worms that you buy
Viper
from the
bites?
local fish store?
Viper bites?
I don't even, what are you?
Are
Yeah.
you talking about
saying?
blackworms?
Viper?
Yeah, so, like,
Oh.
I was doing,
Old school.
clean black worms.
Oh yeah, this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Clean black worms, and that's the only thing I could possibly get them to eat. And, like, I tried for 6 solid months to, like, try to wean them over for, like, to natural food. And over those 6 months, I lost probably half of them.
Well,
And
the
then,
problem
like,
is that you get one
all I
bad
could
batch.
feed
What's your guys' favorite food for your cichlids?
New Life.
Yeah, well, New Life Spectrum for me was a while, but I started rotating around and going to some of the more like small craft batch stuff, like your fish stuff. I started buying a lot of their food, but I love New Life, but then I also realized that if you feed too much of it, then your fish only like New Life, and they start turning up their nose when you try to feed them something else. So I try to start doing a variety.
Oh, just like my 6-year-old, like, you're gonna eat it or you're gonna throw it.
Yeah.
I'll just keep
Yeah.
eating
No,
that.
like, you gotta get
Mac and cheese
macaroni
with
and
my hot
cheese,
dogs.
like.
Nothing else. Well, that's like from when I was a kid, it was pizza. You know, like, oh, I don't like what you're cooking, I'm gonna make pizza. You know, but the other
Suck
problem
dick, you ain't
is,
getting pizza tomorrow, so, like.
but it's also kind of like too, like if there is anything missing, and you only feed that one thing, then they're not getting it. So for health purposes, variety is a good way to go too.
Do you feed live, or not live, but frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I do it as a treat though, only on occasion.
Oh, God.
Or unless
What's
it's
this-
maybe to like wean off some wild
What's the
caught
powder
fish.
you mix up?
Oh, the Rapashi.
Yeah, dude, Rapashi's shit.
It's good. Well, it's good stuff because it can last a day or
Like,
two. It
in a
doesn't
good
pollute
way.
The water is really
So
bad.
Rapashi, like,
And there's
if
12
no
different
one's
flavors.
played with Rapashi yet, like, you definitely need to, like, check it out.
Well, it's
So-
easy. You can take a spoonful and feed a fish room full of tanks, and it only costs you like $1 or $2
Yeah,
per feed it.
and you can freeze it.
Did you guys
can,
have
like-
pufferfish?
No.
I don't
There's a
currently-
trick with Rapashi. If you break up, you buy broken shell bits and drop it in there,
Yeah.
they'll wear their teeth down.
Oh, neat.
So it's
See, 'cause
really
I used
cool.
to
That's
collect.
fish. You have to, right?
I used to
that.
collect the
Amazing.
Lincoln trumpet snails
I had
to
a,
feed them
um,
to make sure that they were okay.
I had a friend, Mike Barber, had a bunch of freshwater puffers, and they weren't getting enough snails.
Mhm.
So he would, like, anesthetize them and, like,
Um,
file down their fucking teeth.
Yeah,
It's like what you have to
so
do with
rough.
like mice and
Yeah.
rats.
That's
Like,
way
it's
too
all
much
about
work,
that.
brother.
Yeah.
But
Like
yes.
rodents. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
but Rapashi works amazing especially for small fish.
Dan's fish.
Like
he
when you
came up
have
with
like
that. Super
Alta
smart.
Laprologus, they're like the size of a BB, and you're like, all right, I gotta feed these. So if I've spawned Alta Laprologus multiple times, and like they come out this big, and they're the epitome of like fish that like, okay, I'm gonna miss like my Haplochromis or my peacocks or my Mabuna. Like I got busy, I didn't feed them today. So Alta Laprologus, every 2 days you're gonna lose like 1/3 of your population. But if you use like Rapashi,
yeah, they can sit there for 2 days.
they can sit there. You can drop it in there,
Nice.
and you're like, fine for 2 days.
Now, what
and,
about
like, drop it
live
in.
stuff? Do you do microworms or
I don't have the patience
Other
to
than
culture
blackworms.
it.
Daphne or Daphne?
I tried it. I didn't have good luck with it, so I got away from it.
I mean, they love it.
I tried the black worm keepers, but since they don't really kind of reproduce, you just get a batch and you feed them out until it's gone. But
No, the keepers are awesome. You
They are
know,
really
like that
cool.
double
yeah,
box
if
thing.
you're gonna do it, that's the way to go.
Oh, it's totally great. Like you keep in cold water in your refrigerator, and they're good, and they don't.
But like a lot of
they
stuff,
don't.
like
They don't turn into like repugnant shit quite
Well,
as
like,
quick.
you and
That's
Matt
awesome.
Quinn had like the whole Red Wiggler fanatic show. For
No,
a while,
that
but,
wasn't
like
me.
a lot of wives got pissed because they had stinky worm bins, sitting somewhere.
Right.
And,
Yeah. So
throwing rotten
if you're
food in there
if you're
and
big
stuff.
into like Central American cichlids, like fucking worms are awesome. Like
When they
it's-
get in the breeding condition too, they're
Yeah,
really
like
great.
it's
High
like,
protein.
I do a lot of gardening, so like I'll pull out worms and I'll be like, here.
Well, so one of the ways I got into fish was my uncle had 8 to 12-inch Oscars and Jack Dempsey's and some convicts and stuff. And I used to go out to the yard and lift up the logs to find worms and go feed them to the thing. But those fish, if you didn't drop it in quick, they jump out of the water to get the worms out of your hands.
Yep.
But it was just neat. But it was also just like when you're a kid, that was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, and then pet fish.
So I've got one more question. I know you want to smoke.
Yeah,
I want to
I'm gonna
smoke.
bounce pretty soon,
Do you
guys, but
do either of you keep
appreciate
clown
y'all listening.
loaches?
Oh.
I have.
Clown loaches?
Yeah.
They're
really
amazing
cool.
fish.
I mean, like they get really big.
Well, like they take 10 years to get big.
Yeah, well, and if
But
you're
everyone
divided
should
that
keep
size, they're huge.
clown loaches because
They're really
badass
neat.
Fish.
The problem is what I consider the problem is that people just mix them with everything.
Right.
Like they'll acclimate them to base water to put them with Mbuna or Africans, or they'll acclimate to soft water to put them in with Amazon stuff. But not many people keep clown loaches with like biotope kind of fish. Like I think they're like
Where are they? Like
India,
Southeast
like-
Asia? Or,
Yeah, maybe they're that kind of region. But like, how many people do you know that keep like an actual
Dude, all
tight
those
tank that has loaches with the fish?
all
that
those
they're
like
actually
Indian
listed?
cichlids are like
Yeah.
crazy and huge.
And so, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that, like, it's just tough because I always see loaches with stuff that they don't belong with.
Dude,
Right.
But I also have red-tailed blue loaches with my Central and South Americans too, so I'm guilty of it also. Like, not
No,
criticism.
and like honestly,
But-
my fish tank in my kitchen where people come, it's like Asian fish and African fish and
Oh yeah, I mean, I've done
South
plenty of it
American
too.
fish.
I mean,
Like,
I probably have never actually, other than a couple Malawi
it's a lot
tanks,
easier. Like
not really had a
well,
bias.
we were putting fish in auction tanks tonight. We're opening like we opened like boxes of fish donations.
Put together one.
And like, it's amazing. You can put like some African fish this big, and some South American fish this big, and some Southeast Asian fish this big, and they're gonna ignore each other because they're not.
Some of it's
used
like
to,
it's like because you don't know what it is, or like it's like, oh, I've never seen you, so I don't think you're.
yeah. So they're just like
Well, the only way to really do a true, real biotope, unless you do some serious research, is like what you did and go collect them.
Yeah.
Because you know they came from the same spot, 'cause you literally pulled them out of the water.
All right. I mean,
Like,
Like
they
a
have-
Brahmi can go in with them, or
I mean,
if you don't want them to have any more fins anymore, then yes.
but and a lot of times it's more about the water conditions,
Yeah.
So like, putting Central Americans in with certain types of things, as long as it's kind of like that hard, semi-basic water, you're fine. But the problem gets to be is when you take certain things that are used to, soft, acidic water and trying to acclimate them to hard, basic water. And they might be okay for a while, and eventually it's just not going to work,
Yeah.
and they're not kind of really supposed to work.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've learned that unless you're really a purist, as long as you kind of put fish together from the same water condition types, and they don't kill each other, because it works, and do what you like. One thing I've learned is that don't discourage people from doing stuff if that's what they like, because that's what's going to keep them.
If
interested.
you like
Right.
goldfish, keep fucking
Yeah.
goldfish. I don't
Well,
care.
and it's just like, hey, whatever makes you happy, whatever floats
Yeah.
your boat.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, like, if you love your Basin yellow labs and orange zebras, hey, have
Dude,
at it.
that's a sweet setup.
Yeah.
That's a setup
Yeah.
that like millionaires have.
So my closing thought, because I'm a roll too, is keep what you like. Just take care of it, feed them good, and try to do what's best for them. And hey, if you make your fish happy, they'll make you happy.
Absolutely.
I like it.
That's my PSA for the night.
My PSA is go and seek out your local fish club. It
Absolutely.
will change your whole game.
It will. And I want to say thank you to you guys because this is my first fish event.
Yeah.
So I've heard good things and I've heard horror stories. So I appreciate you all. This has been awesome.
We've been in
This
this game for 10 plus years and
Well,
more, 15
I mean,
years, and we love it.
I met you through a random Craigslist posting, and then we found out that we were both in the same
Yeah,
club. And then a couple circle jerks later, you know. But no,
How big
and
your
now
club?
for he was gonna be the best man at my wedding, but then he goes and has a kid. He can't come to Jamaica to be my best man.
We have about 150 people in our club.
Oh, nice.
And there's and you know what, we live in a big area. We're the DC, north of DC area, but our Lancaster people, there's 40, 50 of them. Other clubs I've been to, there's
You'll meet cool people, and you'll meet people that you might not meet otherwise, and you'll build friendships. Like, if I saw you on the street, I'm like, I'm not talking to that scary looking dude. Looks like he's on a bike with a red beard. Like, no way.
Yeah,
but
it's a little weird. It's cool.
I do this for my Kansas City Chiefs.
All right.
Because I normally always shave it every playoff.
But actually,
Because they
it's
lose.
just funny, people you normally wouldn't think that you associate with. You're like, oh, you keep fish. Like another good friend of mine, Craig, you know him too.
Yeah.
I was at work one day looking at pictures I'd taken of my Africans, and he was walking by. He's like, oh, hey, you keep, African cichlids. I have some at home too. We found out we lived 10 minutes from each other.
That's
And then we started
And
hanging out.
they're both folks who have bred combined, a zillion species of cichlids.
And it's just neat. Now we trade fish back and forth, and we never pay each other for it.
Yeah.
And we both get to keep different stuff, because if I have something that he wants and vice versa, we trade or
you get to that
give him
point.
fry
You get
and
to
stuff
that
like
point
that.
where it's you really need to get into the community if you can, because
Absolutely.
good
Which
people.
it just opens up a whole new world.
And it does.
So much fun to be able to. We love to talk on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube.
Well,
But
all
when
of
you
them.
get to talk to somebody live, it is so much fun.
It is, but
Well, who knows what the 50 people watching us are doing? They could be,
yeah, we got people
enjoying
cleaning
themselves,
tanks.
or they
People,
could be,
it's
Yeah.
No,
But-
like,
And we'll have people at work just listening to listening like a podcast.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you guys had so much good information.
Well, thank you
We do.
guys.
Well,
Thank you
and
for having
also,
us. I
too,
really appreciate it.
Worst comes to worst, look for some forums and just talk to people,
Yep.
because
Yeah.
some of those people they need those hits or that traffic.
CapitalCichlids.org.
Yeah, capitalcichlids.org.
There you go.
That's our local group.
we have-
CapitalCichlids.org.
We have one of the
Perfect.
busier fish forums out there. Probably average on bad months 10 posts a day, but on good months 100 posts a day if it gets crazy.
nice.
But now you'll have a day where it's only a couple posts a day, but I've seen forums where it's a couple posts a month. But you get to talk to people.
Yeah.
And you get to ask random questions, and some people will ask
And
questions they
we
wouldn't
do
ask
we have
face-to-face.
monthly meetings, so sometimes
But I just
the posts are down because we actually get together.
If your club is a Pacific club that only does a type of fish, still join it, even if it's not a fish you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they do other stuff, like we did shrimp tanks today.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
And
we're gonna go
it's
downstairs
cool.
and look at those before you 44 people sign off of here.
Oh,
So we're gonna look at those on the way
Go
down.
downstairs because we're
Yep.
gonna lock up this room.
Yep.
Right, yeah, it's time,
Thank you,
time to
guys.
call it.
Well, thank you guys. That was awesome. I appreciate that very, very much.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah.
Let me flip this back around. Gentlemen, we will see you in the morning. I'm gonna take them down and show them the shrimp tanks. Zen, I appreciate you posting those links. Still got 44 mag guys. Sorry, guys, I've been watching the chat, but on my phone, I can't really message back correctly. All right, let's go grab the elevator here. Dr. Black got his tank moved. Glad to hear it, Blackie. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I didn't plan on going this long, or even, honestly, I didn't know those guys were going to come back. We'd kind of been sitting absolutely, I got you, Ed. We were just sitting there, Ed and myself, for quite a while, so I figured I'd show you the room and then call it a night, but...
This is by far the most beer I've drank in a long time, guys.
So yeah, we're going to go downstairs, check out the aquascape shrimp tanks,
Oh my god, my bag is
and
bad.
call it a night. Because it's getting a little late here.
They gave me a badge, and I don't know why. It's a blank badge.
Huh. Alright, let me flip y'all around here. How y'all doing? Alright. That was our little game table. We sat around with some of the other YouTubers and played some games earlier. What was Great Del Moody? Is that the name of it?
Yep. Which Amber was really good and Haley was really good. The girls did.
So I can't take you in where everything's set up right now. It's locked down, but here's kind of the outside registration table with all the goodies and stuff on it. They keep
Look,
adding
Omega
stuff.
One has, you know what? They do a competition every year where you can win fish food for a year, and I bet you these are the winners.
They probably are. So here we've got, now that white tank and stand is not part of the competition, but we've got 4 tanks there,
We'll show you
3
Tony's
tanks
off.
there, and 4 tanks there. So we'll just kind of scroll through and let y'all look at them, and then we'll let y'all know. Maybe, are we going to let them know whose is whose, Ed? Or are we gonna...
Not yet. We're going to let them vote. And y'all, if you vote for James, I will take it personal. Now, this is going to be a raffle tomorrow. I think it's $15 a ticket. So if you buy 2 of them, you probably have a good chance.
Yeah.
And, you know, it changes colors and everything. These guys are super nice guys. They're a local tank business. Now, let's show them Tony's first.
All right.
Tony's our new buddy.
Is this one Tony's?
Yes, because an 11th person showed up, so they let her participate, and then they gave, and Tony was, since he's a club member, he just took the no number. So he's not actually competing. So actually, I don't feel bad giving him super glue. Terrible. James and I were really nice and let all the people use our super glue.
We were handing out super glue and showing them hacks on how to fill their tank up without splashing water and trying to be helpful.
Okay.
And then I'll show you this one here.
This one is not ours.
That one is not ours. We have 2 tanks. One is Ed's, one is mine. So
this is number 8. That is
Number
one
8.
of ours.
see if I can get you a good depth of view on it.
Gosh, I wonder if they'd let us show the people the deals.
There we go. Nice downward shot. And this is number 2.
So this is our other one.
The other one.
Oh, the shrimper. Now, this substrate was a little different than the normal stuff. It was almost, I thought it was literally going to float because it was so light and airy. But it didn't.
No, it surprised me. I guess I'll try and show you the left side.
So this is number 2.
Alright, so Zen says I like number 8. Alright, so number 8's the winner with 1 vote from the Zen Ginger.
Looks like there's more shrimp in number 2.
I don't even see one shrimp in this one.
Did you show the winner?
Yeah,
Yes,
we were
did.
showing them, yeah.
We did show them.
The winner? Like the one
That was
doesn't-
Tony's.
The one that doesn't have
Yeah.
a number on top of
It
it?
doesn't need a number because it already won.
It already won.
Inside job.
And then we've got people saying number 23 is the winner.
23.
Dragon Lair voting for number 2. I think we had some people vote for number 17. You know, we got that kind of group.
I like number G.
Number G, I like that. Number purple.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Let
8.
me see if I can. So we'll let y'all get another
Okay.
front shot.
So we're gonna
Oh, there's one sort of swimming around by himself in that one.
Get it all in frame there. So Joe votes number 8. And there's one. Get the glare off of it. Oh, there the numbers are pouring in.
Ooh.
Let's see. Okay, so we've got Zen likes number 8, Joe likes number 8, Dragonlair with number 2, Teresa number 2, Codyson 2, Zen voted potato, number 5 or 66 or 666.
3 to 2 right now.
Now it's number 1. People are voting for the middle tag now. Hey, look who we got. We found some people.
We're live.
Say hi, we got 39 people still.
Guys,
What is it in the morning? You guys
You're live?
vote?
Oh yeah, we've been live
Can
for
you-
almost 2 hours, hour and 40 minutes.
Oh shoot.
Would you guys like to vote on 2 versus 8?
2 versus 8.
And
All right,
1
let's see.
is not allowed.
Chewy's, okay, Aquamate says number 2, Chewy LTD says 2, Fishy Fun 57 says 8, Zen Ginger says Hydropothos.
That's
awesome.
Some of the, there is some of the, oh, we can't talk about it, but right there.
Right.
Some on the other side of that railing.
Pothos? Shh.
We just had the biggest cichlid
We'll see that tomorrow.
Right.
ever had on our
We'll see
show.
the pothos
I
tomorrow.
think-
And I have to say, I'm going for, I don't know, just, I'm going for 2.
I was just about to say I like 8.
Well, there
I
you
like
go.
the way the plants drape over it.
Okay.
Natural Aquarium, so it's 44, 66,
I
or
think it's-
23.
5 for 2 and 4 for 8. You got more than that? Okay, it's like 6 for 2 and 5 for 8.
Okay, so from the bottom, I've got Teresa has 2, Sherry has 2, Bob Kaler has 2, Dr. Black has 2, Fishy
Bob
Fun
is not
has
my friend
8.
anymore.
Well, now they know. Now they know who it is. Aquamate is 2. Somebody's after number 1 still. Teresa's 2. Codyson's 2. Dragonlair's 2. Here's the thing. Zen's number 8.
Zen
Number-
and Amber
number
are
two-
worth like
okay.
5 votes each.
Number 2 is mine, but I think is Ed is going to win just because even though his plants aren't actually planted, it looks really freaking cool. So if you can get past the people going, oh well, the
All
roots
little
aren't
kids
planted,
like mine.
I think Ed will win because it's really got a
You know
cool
what?
factor
You know
to
what,
it.
Ed? It's got to be what it was for me because
So, yeah.
I am nothing if not a big kid.
I mean, it looks cool even though they're not planted. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
I like the door
You
to
have
the
two.
side.
You
I'm hoping I can get that type of vote tomorrow. So just swing by real quick and vote for me. No. But I think we're gonna head out of here. We need to get some sleep.
Well, it's my first
I need to
attempt.
smoke a cigarette. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us for almost 2 hours. It's been a blast. Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, if you guys thought this was good,
Yeah.
we are taking on the Master at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I'm not a master of anything.
And Joseph, are you in this one?
No, not in the competition,
Oh.
not in the morning.
Okay.
I don't know that it's a competition anymore. I think because so many people like
There's so many people
exited
that are
out,
not
we're
here.
kind of just making it like share materials.
Well,
A lot of
how
people
they
are
explained it
not
to me
here.
was Rachel didn't show up, so they had to get something better. And they asked me after seeing this.
Okay.
And
And me being from Knoxville, I'm gonna be the new Sean Peck. So
yeah, he's taking shots, not that I'm taking Rachel. And I feel really sorry for their club trying to sell those.
I mean, to be fair, I was just really excited to stay the tank, so I bought a bunch of stuff. I mixed up a bunch of substrate and overachiever.
yeah.
I've got so much stuff at home.
But
I
I'm gonna
wish I
share
would've-
with
You know, what time is
we
it?
can't-
Like 1
we
o'clock?
can't, like-
Go to the Blackwater
It's
Escape?
two. Oh, honestly, it's on the list in there. I think it's
Change
1
it up. I
o'clock.
think 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm
I
gonna
keep
do
wanting
this
to be like,
Blackwater
so this
Escape.
person-
Mhm.
She's gonna help me out, we're gonna do it together.
I do.
That's gonna be awesome.
I'll be right back.
Amazon
I need
Blackwater
two.
Escape, and then guess I'm going live at 2 or 3.
Yeah, we're basically going to be
Everything's
streaming
changed.
live from 9 a.m. all the way until the end of it.
The thing
So
is that so many people couldn't be here, so it really kind of it got really small pretty quick. At least with influencers, with content creators. So
Yeah.
This will be fun. We're gonna
It
have
is.
fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, we were fortunate enough. We just spent a good hour hanging out with a couple of the guys from the club,
Yeah.
doing Q&A, talking cichlids,
Oh,
and
nice.
that was a
They knew a lot
blast.
about this,
Yes.
So it was really fun.
So, did she need me to wait for something? She said, "Hold on a second," or is
Give
we?
me 2 pebbles.
Okay.
All I need is
She went into
two
the room.
All right. We'll get it.
She went into the room. She
So-
got in here. So
Zen Ginger, thank you for the $2 super sticker with the purple thanks heart. I appreciate you. We're going to go ahead and kill it now. Again, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Get some rest because it's going to be a long live stream day tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. And again, if you're in the neighborhood, swing on by because we are going to have a lot of fun. So until next time, keep your fish healthy and catch yourself a little fish room fever. Bye, everybody.
Good night. Night, man. I'll see you all in the morning.
Tony, you're awesome.
Hey,